1, 2, 1, 2. Piece uses several different bowing techniques. So in bars 9 and 10 you're playing hooked up bow staccatos like this. So that's the usual technique. Just letting the bow rest lightly on the string in between the notes. And then in bar 26 20 and 29 you're playing some lifted up bow staccato strokes like this. Did you see it? The crotchets at the beginning of bar 26 and bar 29, I'm just slightly lifting the bow from the string. I'll just show you again. Lift. Lift. In bar 13, we can use a circular bowing for the accented quaver dotted crotchet rhythm. So the trick with this bow stroke is to use a fast down bow stroke followed by a slower up bow stroke, so that we're using about the same amount of bow for each note and returning to the same position ready to play the down bow each time. So if I just show you that on a single string. If you think of the word butter to help you with the rhythm, butter, butter, and you get a really nice strong bu sound at the beginning of the note, so you get a nice accent. So that's the rhythm. I'm using a fast down bow stroke followed by a slower up bow stroke, and I'm using the same amount of bow on each note so that I can get back to the same place in the bow for the down bow. If I don't do that, say for example I use more bow on the up bow than on the down bow, you see that I'll quite quickly run out of bow. So we need to try and stay in the same part of the bow. It's easiest to play this around the middle of the bow, by the way, so just try and stay around the middle of the bow when you're practicing this. And once you've got the hang of the rhythm on a single string, then try playing the same thing on the strings that are used in the piece. So bar 13 we play the accented quaver on the E string and the dotted crotchet on the A string. So now the trick is to play that rhythm and do a string crossing at the same time. So and for this we use the circular bowing technique, so rather than moving the whole arm from the shoulder, I'm just moving the hand from my bowing hand up and down between the strings from my elbow, so the forearm rotation movement. So if you can see, you see my hands moving in a circle and I'm keeping my elbow fairly still. I'm not lifting my elbow up and down, I'm just letting that circular movement come from the forearm. to keep the bow as close to the A string as possible when you go down, when you play the accented note on the E. So don't let your arm drop down too far, otherwise it'll get a bit messy. So if I just show you, if I make the movement too big, because potentially you could move your arm as far down as that to play on the E string. What we want to do is try and keep the bow almost like you're playing a double stop, so it's really close, just a couple of millimetres away from the A string. So when you practice that, then try the same kind of thing from bar 43. But here the bow stroke's the other way up. We're playing the accented quaver on the A string and the dotted crotchet on the E string. So we can practice the same kind of bow stroke, but going in the opposite direction. So your hand's now moving in a clockwise direction like this. So if we then add in the notes, so that's bar 13. And for the piano section, just do the same thing but use less bow and a slightly lighter bow. So